Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with another episode of Let's Learn Bobs and Angels mods for Factorio. Yes, last episode, we started going with some solar panels, and of course, we had the production going, somewhere around here. Yep, there we go. We've got a few starting to build up. They are using a lot of these guys, the old electronic circuits. Basic electronic circuits, essentially green circuits from equivalent to vanilla. Yeah, so they are using a lot of those, and we've also got some accumulators going, which are using a lot of batteries. And as we can see, we are just dying on plastic to support that. And the reason for that is what we were looking at last episode. If I remember, we started putting some pumps to actually move the fluids through, because apparently that wasn't enough, and I just saw we got coolant, which we haven't done any use for yet. But anyway, back here, as you can see, I've got a tiny little cell here that if we just copy over here, we can see in that individual cell we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 solar panels and 3 high capacity accumulators. Now, this is important because the normal ratio is 0.84. So I think if you have a cell with 6, you end up with roughly 5 accumulators, and that's a pretty close to perfect ratio. Because these store twice as much energy, the ratio halves. So you can check out the wiki for the solar panel ratio, and it'll show you how it all works. But yeah, by doubling the storage power of an accumulator, you halve the ratio, so the ratio becomes 0.42, and 7 times 0.42 is almost exactly 3. It's like 2.94, I think it was when I did the math. So this cell is actually really close to a perfect ratio. It does go actually a little bit slightly over. Slightly more accumulators than solar panels, which yeah, not a problem. Did I just run out of the zone? Yeah, I did. Alright, okay, thanks, get rid of those. So we are going to start plonking a bunch of these down because we are still ignore these, I was playing around with turning the boilers off, but as you can see, we're still using the boilers. This was some serious charging happening with the bots, but yeah, we're still doing sort of, what's that, 10, 15 megawatts of the boilers during the day, and that includes the charging of the doesn't include the charging of the accumulator. So we actually need a fair bit more solar panel coverage to fully supply what we need. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to plonk down a few of these. Let's actually try and avoid that biter base. And yeah, let's just let's give ourselves a little bit of space. We can do it somewhere. Let's pop it right here. Biters will love it. Yes, so we can just pop these down wherever we have radar coverage. And as you can see, the blue. Oops, that doesn't seem right, does it? But it is. All right. Yeah, the blueprint. It's not perfect by any means. There's a little bit of space around, but look, creating a perfect ratio solar blueprint can take a stack of time, and yeah, this is close enough, so I'm not going to worry about it at all. And we'll just keep placing these down, and they'll keep getting made, and they'll keep using all of our resources. But importantly, we now have a fair buffer in our power production, which means we can, if you recall, I don't even know when it was, a few episodes ago, the reason why we were looking at our power was we wanted to use up our oh, those poor guys. That's going to take a while to build. Anyway, we wanted to use up our stone. And that is what we are going to try and do this episode. Do I have all my bots on me? What do I need to? 20 bots? Yeah, that's how many I had, wasn't it? Excellent. Alright. So what I want to do is I want to kind of stick with my rough idea I just had as I was thinking about this yesterday was I'm going to continue just running this line out this way. Maybe we'll branch off at some point, but I'll have a tee off like we've done here, and then a bunch of little manufacturers teeing off there, and then once we fill up that space, we'll build another one and fill up more space. Sounds reasonable to me. I'm pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, this way where we build one down and build across this way, as you can see, we ran out of space here. So I'm going to build one down here, and we can build out this way. And then we can make it as long as we want, apart from, obviously, things like this, craziness like that. That's odd. Anyway, and we'll just see how we go. We've kind of got, well, we do. We have unlimited space. Let's not beat around the bush, because we are running a these have, yeah, they have an issue. There we go. All right, sorry. Yes, because we have biters on peaceful mode, it's fine. We don't need to worry about it. All right, let me just delete that entirely, and we'll get back here. We'll find a place where that connects, which means we get rid of these. Oh gosh. Yes, that goes there. All right, perfect. And away our little bots go. Let's just let them do their work. So we're going to run this down, and the first thing we're going to make is a something to deal with our crushed rock, and we are going to convert it to stone. Where is our setup here? We are going to convert it to stone. Oh gosh, I'm so lost in the base. I thought it was right here. Oh, there it is. We're going to convert it to stone. We're going to convert some of that stone to stone bricks. So we'll have supply of stone bricks, and then the excess we are going to do some of this arrangement with, which will mean we need to ship some sulfuric acid. So there's going to be some supply issues here. We're going to need a little bit of stuff to make all of this work. All right. This guy going. Is there actually not one down there? No, there's not. Alright. I'm honestly not going to worry about cleaning that up at this point. There's our lovely biters just watching us go. Never mind the pollution, guys. It'll clean itself up. I've got to stop trying to paste. There we go. Alright. Remember, it is with the book. So our first one, we are just going to tee off the first available point, which I don't think is there. No, it must be here. There we go. Alright, we'll rip out these guys. I said rip out those guys. There we go. And that one doesn't have one. It's up there. Alright. So from out here, we need to do a couple things. And this is where a bit of forward thinking, not really planning, but forward thinking comes into play. We need to bring in our crushed rock, obviously, but we also need to bring in, was this only need sulfuric acid? Yes, that's right. So this only needs sulfuric acid. So we can bring in sulfuric acid, and we can also bring in slag here. So that means we need kind of 3 things coming in. That is a little bit odd. And we want something like that. Should be good. Alright. So what I'm doing here is just building a little bit of a small stacker. Okay, wonderful. That is on the wrong side. Left-hand drive. Well, we can just rip all that out then. So coming in, yes, in on this way. That is a little unfortunate. Now I can see why coming off the other way was actually a bit nicer. Okay, get those guys. Thank you. Let's mine some of these bots so they disappear a bit quicker. There we go. Alright, so let's go this way. And what we'll have, might as well just check the size of the trains. I'm probably going to allow for a 4 train. That's 1 carriage and 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually perfectly there. And 4 carriages. 1 caboose and 4 carriages. That's the technical term. So let's copy all of that and do our 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems alright. So that will be our waiting for the input. Why that one went like that. Here we go. Let's copy those in like that. Continue that out. Alright. And now then we just need we need 3 drop-offs. So we've identified 3 drop-offs. And then these will immediately disappear. And we'll modify this slightly because we also need to bring in some other things. We need to bring some trains that are going to be taking stuff away. So we'll think about that in a second. For now, we actually need some train stations. So this will be bringing in crushed, is it crushed stone? It's called CR stone. Unloading. CR stone processing. Unloading. Oh, don't do that. CR stone processing, unloading. That's very, very convoluted, but it'll work. Trust me. Trust me. And of course, we actually need to make sure that we can unload stuff from these trains. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we actually made it just a wee bit too long. That's fine. Now we have no silos. Oh gosh, can I make some silos? I can make 1 silo. Well, at least we can blueprint this. We'll go make some silos later and work it out from there. So we want stack inserters to be unloading these so they are as quick as possible. These ones are doing that. Wonderful. Alright, so we can paste 4 of these. Now remember, we've only got a single carriage train at the moment for the setup over here, so actually you need that 1 at this point. But we also need this for slag. No, that is clearly wrong because we also need to get stuff out. So I probably should think about that. Now, as we discovered, we only need one of these to actually fill it up. So pick up from there, drop from there. Pick up from there, drop to there. Nope, that was the wrong way around. Pick up from there. Well, let's even do that. Pick up from there, drop there. Just the tiniest little bit. All right, let's pop those. Yeah, these. Something like that. Is that what I've done? Yep, that's the same alignment. And then this will go up onto. Sorry, gotta get the right heights for these. There we go. So that would give us 4 lanes of something going upwards, which may be the way we want to go. I don't know. Anyway, that is kind of the space we need between these. So give ourselves a little bit more, and then this last one is actually going to be pipes and pumps. So that will change a wee bit. See if I can. Nope. Just put them in for me, please. Connect that up. There we go. All right. We do need, however, to pop some of these here, and also on the other end. Otherwise, this is going to freak out a little bit. Feel free to make these when you get the chance. Poor bots are just struggling a bit with recharging. Let's pick them all up. There we go. There, and there. So that'll all connect up. And we need to pop these here. Do these need to be chains? Because that'll let everyone through. Yeah, those need to be chains. These need to be chains, and this end we need to have. These here. Yep. So what this does for the stacker is, if you're not familiar, so the chain signal here will look at these rail signals and see whichever one's free, and that'll send where the train goes, and then the train will come up to here, and it will wait until it's the station it's going to has a free rail signal, which is perfect. And there we have it. Our incoming, almost sorted. And immediately we'll start the stone train going, because we do need that, because if we jump across, we can see that this whole system is dead because these are full. Alright, so without further ado, let us get one of these and one of these. Again, it's just really good practice to make sure that this... Is that the right one? I'm going to make sure it's the actual right one. Crushed stone, yes. Alright. Really good practice to filter your trains if you don't want there to be a chance of sort of any contamination. Just makes life a little bit easier down the track. Alright. Let's give you not a whole lot of fuel. We do need to sort out fueling. That's actually probably the next thing we need to do. You can have some wood, sure. Now, before we get too far, let's copy this across to here and to here, and this is going to be slag unloading. I think we need to rename this as matte byproduct. Alright, it makes a bit more sense to me. Material byproduct. Crushed stone, slag, and material byproduct. Processing. Sulfuric acid. I don't know what the chemical thing for that. SU acid will certainly give us the thing we need, the info we need. All right. Do we want to color this? Probably do. Some kind of grey color. There we go. All right. That train now, most importantly, has the right coloring. So you're going to go to Saphirite, crushed stone, loading, and fill yourself, and then you're going to come over to material byproducts, crushed stone, unloading, and empty yourself, and just go, buddy. Bring all that stone, crushed stone, to us. All right. So, what are we going to do with that? Well, we are going to create some things. It's very specific, isn't it? Alright, but we still need, before I forget, we still actually need to set up a few of these. This is going to be the sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid unloading. That's right, these are two back. And we're just going to have the two tanks here. I'm going to do some circuitry probably with that to disable these when this is like above 10k, I would say. But yeah, we'll figure that out at another point in time. Oh, it actually works out pretty nicely. We should probably just do this though. There we go. All right, get those powered up. Ah, that is most unfortunate. It's really wasteful because we could just have one in the middle, couldn't we? Yeah, we could have. We sure could have. All right. Let's forget about that for now. All right. So then we need these guys getting picked up and going somewhere. And for that, we actually want to bring this back. Ooh, okay, so things are getting a little bit trickier with the pickup. I'm going to leave that for now, just because if we go down the sulfuric processing, we're actually going to end up with this amount of different things. Alt mode on. Yes, there's going to be that amount of things, and each of them aren't going to have a whole lot. We'll think of that later. All right. This is at least getting our crushed stone moving. Why is that so slow? I feel like that should be unloading this much quicker. I mean, it's moderately quick. Moderately quick. That's as long as it's quicker than this is actually being added in. We're still getting some slag coming in here. I'll fault find that later. Let's not get too carried away with it. All right, so we have all the materials in here that we need, and first things first, we need to turn that crushed stone into stone. Look, we've actually got a bundle of places to do that, so let's do it up here. Of course, we do want to balance this. Nope. There we go. That way, that way, that way. There we go. Okay, we'll balance that. For now, it's entirely meaningless because we're just going to have one out anyway. There we go. Alright, watching for trains. Did I watch for trains? Sure I did. Alright, that's going to be one bus. And then at some point we'll probably have these other ones come up here, so we need to allow for them. But here we go. Alright, we are going to be turning that into stone. Is this the right thing? I think this is the right thing. Stone. There we go. Yes, crush stone into stone. Easy. And let's copy that, and then you just need an output. Alright, what is this ratio? It is 2 crushed stone in half a second. It's going to do that. And it's outputting 1 stone. 1 stone? Oh look, let's no real point being stingy at this point. I think we're probably done with that. So let's just do another quick math. We've got 15 items a second here. This is using 4 items a second, so we can have 4 of these. So that is actually enough to fully utilize that whole belt. And we should be able to get... we could probably actually get 2 belts out of this for now. Let's rip that out. If we're sneaky and do that and that. What's going on? Oh, we're out of stacking sodas. All right. Well, let's commandeer some of these ones. What is going on here? There we go. All right, we should be able to get 2 belts out initially. And then we can... No, don't do that because the bots hate picking stuff off from belts. That they do. All right, let's get our crushed stone, pop it all in there. And then we can also get rid of that because we're stingy. we can put another one here. Beautiful. Alright, and that will give us one belt of stone. Like that. One belt of stone. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. However, we actually want... it's actually easier to do that. Easier? I don't know. We could change all the... we could just make all of the inserters with an offset. But we're not going to do that. All right. So that is a belt of stone. We should see. It's interestingly only half a belt. It should compress half a belt. Anyway. This, of course, crafting speed 0.75. We're actually not perfectly doing that. That's all right. We'll leave that for now because we want that stone to then turn into. I did get some electric furnaces. All right. One of the things we want is that stone to turn into our friendly things. I could put it there. It just seems unnecessary. Alright. We're going to turn these into some stone bricks. There we go. Alright. And we shouldn't have to give them any commands. They just know what to do. Now, stone bricks. We'll offset one of these, so we've got a even sort of in and out one side. These we'll use. It doesn't actually say where is our stone brick. There we go. Okay, it does it in 3.2 seconds and uses 2 stone. That's, ooh, man, the math on that. It's been a while since I've had to do this. Let me bring out the calculator. Crafting speed of 2. Yes, it does. So it's actually 2 stone every 1.6 seconds. 2 divided by 1.6 is apparently 0 because I didn't press the right button. 2 divided by 1.6 equals 1.25 a second. And so 1.25 a second, so 15 divided by 1.25 means we can have 12 of these. Alright, wonderful. 2, 4, 6. And how much do we care about space? Actually, I probably wouldn't mind doing that. And while I think about it, we're actually going to make these run out this way. And this will come down this way. And there we have our output of stone bricks. For now, all I'm going to do is silo. Why can't we make silos? What do we need? We need steel plate. Alright, how far away are we from the steel plate? Too far away. Let us do that. And then go and grab some steel plate over here. And we'll make some more silos. Should I just have some steel plate with me? It's probably not a bad idea. We are going to be doing a lot of handcrafting, I would say. We've got stone brick. Let's get a bit of that. And a bit of metallurgy. No, metallurgy casting. Starting to actually find out where these things are. Let's have a stack of that. And a stack of that. Alright, that should do us for now. Let's remove that just in case we need the other trains to get through. There we go, alright. So of course we are now out of other things, iron plate being one of them. It's nice to have the bots just sort of give us some stuff. Thank you guys. And here's our iron plate friends. Alright. Well, that is not enough. What's our iron plate storage doing? Oh, and everyone else. Oh, thanks guys. Look at these friendly people. Yeah, filling up our rails, filling up everything else. I'm actually going to get rid of that. We're not using these anymore. We've got fast filter inserters. Yes, we do. All right. I think we'll be all right with all this. How much belt we got? We're still waiting on a little bit of belt. The restocking does take a bit of time. All right, but look at those last things. Yes. Now let's get back. Let's get back to the important things. We're at 30 minutes, and what have we achieved? Well, we've started off on the base that is making a fair bit of stuff. Should be able to finish a little bit more, I would say. You know what? I'm going to quickly jump on this line over here and grab some more solid fuel. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yes, wonderful. And that totally reminds me what I need to be doing. Next is fixing up the fueling situations. When you create a fuel train, we need to stockpile some of our resources and put them off to the trains. Yeah, alright. Okay, so for now, we are going to put a silo not there, of course. We're going to put one there. And let's pop a couple of stacks going that way. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Alright, you guys are really just not helping. I'm going to pull all those out for now, just so we're not wasting these, particularly the stack inserters. And we'll hand mine some of these up just to speed things up. Alright. Thank you guys, thank you. That actually is really nice being able to get two full belts out of there. I'm actually going to I'm going to reproduce that here as well. It's that whole section there, isn't it? Here it is. And that one. Alrighty, so now we are making crushed stone into, that's our 0.75 factor right there. I could put 2 more. If I need 4, divide by 3, it's not quite even numbers. Anyway, we've obviously miscalculated the number of these that we need because we're only getting things through there, but that's fine. We've got a little setup. It is working. We're making stone bricks. Next thing we want is the stone itself, because we do want some stone. And I think we're actually, if we want to do that, we probably need to be splitting off here, because we're not going to get any through there. Oh, well, eventually that will back up, won't it? Yeah, that's kind of the point. That will eventually back up, and then we'll get some stone, because we do need stone for some things. And once all that happens, oh, excuse me, then we actually want the crushed rock to go in and start being whatever this is, whatever this thing here is, crystallized in, well, turned into slush and crystallized. Yes, that is our next issue. But before then, we need to sort out this fueling train, because we have started to get a few trains in a few different areas, and none of them have fuel supplies. Locomotive is out of reach. Good stuff. None of them have great fuel supplies. Anyway, we at least now have this moving. Yes, wonderful. Our steel is getting remade. We still haven't made anything with the iron ore, but it's all coming. It's all coming slowly but surely. We'll build this up the way it should be built, rather than this kind of piecemeal thing that we've got going in our little starter factory. And we will get some level of scale out of this that actually should let us get to a rocket with moderate ease, I would hope. But it's fun. It's fun sorting things out. Anyway, I've said enough. As always, I would love to hear your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking, any ideas, any tips to improve. Yeah, anything along those lines, just drop it in the comments below, and I'll see you tomorrow.